is there a way that we can sort of protect our our UK data and be utilizing blockchain, be actually reimbursed by Amazon, by Facebook for the transactions that go on utilizing our data? Do you see that we'll be given a wallet and then credited for the particular activity that goes on?
Yeah, I think what we're talking about here is a bit of tech nationalism. And while politically some of us may be a little bit uncomfortable about the fact that we use nationalism inside a phrase like that, I think there's becoming increasingly a recognition that we have to find a way to make that happen. I think actually some of the European nations are a little ahead of this. The French are ahead of us on this. The Germans are a little bit ahead of us on this in the UK. And there are other countries in other parts of the world, Australia and New Zealand are a little bit further ahead of us on that. And you've seen that, for example, this is an example of this, excluding Huawei from our 5G networks is actually a pitch at that because of the worry about being a part, getting involved in that data transfer, particularly around 5G, which will be important. But when we look at what the value of data is, it isn't the volume that's the real value. Although we're doing, some companies are doing brilliantly just out of the sheer volume. The real value is in the analysis of it. There's only two ways you can do that. Control the method, i.e. the technology, or control the regulatory environment to allow that to move around different places. Well, we're making moves on the regulatory side of it. The UK is in particular, but other markets are too. And then I think the other one is to say, can we take some control of the technology? And I know the government in particular in the UK are seeking to make the UK and continue to make the UK one of the most significant of the inward investment for technologies around particularly things like artificial intelligence, which I think is the gold that's coming next. Data centers are where we store stuff. AI is how we make money out of it. And that's a really, really important distinction. And I think if you can take some control of AI and the big data analysis and the methods and tools by which you do that, then I think that's where some really big plays will be made in terms of controlling and probably in terms of making money in the long run. And I think that understanding how that's worked, analyzed, collected and secured is where our regulators are going to try and keep control of that data. But it's a fiendishly difficult thing to do. But I think if we are creating the data as individuals, my opinion is we should have access to it and to be able to control and manipulate it in the same way that perhaps it is by people who are not us. So I think all of those things wrap up into that.